to follow?
Okay, so I mean, if you want to talk about doing it daily, awesome. I mean, you could, if you like, just grab a yoga video off of YouTube.
That's an idea, yeah.
You can just start grabbing a yoga video off of YouTube if you like. Or if you want to tune into my sessions, I'm running sessions all during the week.
Oh,
Exercise, movement, breath,
oh
yoga.
yeah, I've just joined the group. I've just joined a couple of your groups.
Yeah. I mean, I've got these things going all the time. So if you want to explore that, we can explore that further if you like. But like I say, you could also just grab yoga anywhere, right?
Yeah.
You could get yoga anywhere, and my yoga is just my own practice that I've developed from fitness and movement and yoga and experience over the years. It's just the things that I've chosen as my favorite movements and my favorite postures, and you can just choose your own favorite movements and your own favorite postures, and you can just get up and get out of bed and just reach up over your head and reach down and hopefully if you learn a few of these movements, I mean, you can just warm up yourself too.
Yeah. I used to do that when years ago, to be quite honest, but I need to get back into it.
We just need to get back into some morning calisthenics, some morning movement, some morning breath work, and this is where it starts. Is it all starts at that foundation of the breath.
Yeah.
Like whatever it is, like even if you're talking about the yoga, you know, you're getting into different postures with your yoga and you're trying to get into the position and then you're trying to breathe. So it's like you're getting yourself into something that may be uncomfortable and then you're trying to breathe and relax and find some comfort there.
Right. So yoga is to do with the breath and movement, isn't it?
Something about the breath and movement. What did you say?
I said, so yoga is to do with breath and movement, isn't it?
Yes, yoga is a combination of the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So it starts off with breath. That's the foundation. The foundation is breath. Breath is life.
Yeah.
So we're building up ourselves from the foundation, from the root. We breathe, we move. So we get up and we begin with the first things that we do. We breathe and we move. We come to the breath, and then we move into our movements that prepare our bodies to engage with our day. Like, so we're nimble and we're quick and we're balanced and we're pain-free. Like we've just done a physical practice that is helping us become better to go through or move throughout our day. That's yoga. Yoga is union of mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
That's yoga. So it can be anything. It doesn't have to be specially yoga. And I sometimes refer to my practice as yoga. Sometimes I refer to it as emotion, energy motion, just movement, just flexibility, just movement, just breath, right? I don't like to sometimes put a label on it, because once you put a label on it, then people say, oh, he does this and oh, he does that. Well, you know, I don't just do this or just do that. I don't just do yoga, right? I mean, not the Eastern yoga. That's not all that I do. I do fitness. I do movement. I've always been about fit.
I've seen some of your videos.
It's just about movement. It doesn't need to be about yoga necessarily. It's whatever your yoga is your yoga. How do you interact with your mind, body, and soul? How do you unite with your mind, body, and soul? What's your foundational way to engage with your life? What's your yoga with your life? How do you interact with your world?
And it's getting that into a daily routine, isn't it? Sorry.
Right. You're making that be a part of your life. Now, if the things that you do are in alignment with who you are, well, then just your beingness creates yourself. You just put whatever the things that you love into practice. These are the things that you love. Well, if you love those things, then you do them all the time. Well, if you do them all the time, it doesn't take you long to be the best at it. If you do them all the time for a year or 2 or 3 or 4 years, you've got a degree.
That's right.
At 8 years, you got your PhD, your doctorate, your master's. 12 years, you got your doctorate, your PhD. It's just, all we've got is time. Like just practice the right things. Just practice the right things most often. And as you practice them, you're just going to get better and better and better at it.
It makes sense.
So we're just basically coming to the foundation, to the root, right? At the root, this is about breath. Because without breath, there really is no life.
True.
Right? So we're just coming to the foundation, to the beginning, and we're beginning with the breath. And what did the Buddha say? The Buddha, sitting under the Buddha tree, says, focus on your breath. Right? So it's just it's an ancient practice. It's called pranayama in yoga, where you just start off with just your breathing. And they have all sorts of different kinds. They have in through one nose, out through the other, right? In alternate nose breathing, in nose breathing, mouth breathing, breath holding.
Yeah.
Right? It's breathing and holding. It's breath and not breath. Because this breath and not breath changes like the physiology within the body. So we're changing the pH in the body. We're making the body more acidic. We're making the body more alkaline. We're oxygenating the body with breath, and then holding the breath and holding the breath under pressure, driving oxygen and carbon dioxide in and out of the cells. And this changes the internal environment. And this changes the brain neurotransmitters and changes the blood pressure and the endocrine system, changes our hormonal release, changes our metabolic system. All of these things are brought back online. This is what needs to happen, is we need to kind of jumpstart our bodies and our lives.
Yeah.
We've fallen into a pit of kind of trauma and darkness and fear, and we've gotten ourselves stuck in kind of one train of thought that we're kind of afraid, and we're looking for something to make ourselves feel better. And we're trying to reach out to feel better with food or coffee or alcohol or sex or shopping, or just trying to grab something to feel better. And as long as we stay in this type of mental space, we can't actualize. This is a very fearful, worried space, just trying to feel better in the instant, in the moment. And this is a fight or flight sort of space. And it's been created from like trauma. We've gotten ourselves into some sort of pain in our life. We've lost some love. We've lost some money. We've lost some people that we care about. There's been a loss of relationship. Something has been lost, and because of that, we were hurt, and so we kind of protect ourselves. And that kind of victim mentality protects ourselves, and then we're always in a little bit of an arm's reach from our life. And we can't like create the life of our dreams from that energy.
Yeah, of course we can.
We got to heal that energy, right? And so we've got to speak to that space inside of ourselves. There's got to be an intention that we want to talk to the shadow and lift it up. We want to bring up our frequency. We want to bring up our vibration. We want to heal ourselves. We want to fix our energy. We want to change our life. So we have to think it and we have to say it.
Yeah.
And that's the accountability. And that's what I've really loved about you this week, Nicholas.
Thank you.
So, and see, when I see that, I know that that there's a spirit. There's a spirit that's been brought in here. And this is what happens when you make a decision, the universe conspires to support you. So I see you as coming in with a fire inside of you. Like all week you've been like, I want to do more. I want to do more. What can I do more? Like, what can I watch? What can I learn? What can I see? What can I do?
I have been really watching my diet as well. I've been trying to fast as well. The most I managed was 24 hours, just drinking water. And I'm doing really well with eating a lot of vegetables and things like that. But I have eaten fish twice.
Oh, don't worry. This is the point, is that you've gotten.
I do feel better for it. I do.
And this is it. When you get like into this bug, like there's a bug, like, oh my gosh, I've got to go, and I've got to go in a positive way. This is like the spirit is coming. It's like it's rising, right? Like I'm in the spirit of it. I'm motivated. I'm in the energy of it. Like, yes, let's go. Like I want to get in shape. It's like
I even got some what you call it? This magnesium. I got some magnesium bio whatever it is, you know.
Bisglycinate. Yes, magnesium bisglycinate. It's an excellent detoxification product I've been using for the last couple of months. Wonderful product. Wonderful product. Sorry?
It only came this morning.
Oh, you just got it. Good. So, I would build that up slowly, like 200 milligrams a day, 400 milligrams a day, 600 milligrams a day, 800 milligrams a day, all the way up to 1,000 milligrams a day. Let's see how that goes.
Right. Okay.
Give me some feedback and we'll see how we talk about it next week. Drink lots of water, distilled water, rinse it through your body, detoxify your body.
Right. Okay. Thanks. My cat's in.
Wonderful, wonderful. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, wow, we've got a little kitten and everything. We got a morning.
It's a lovely cat.
Her name is Buddha.
Oh, Buddha. Wow, wonderful. How are you this morning, Andy?
I'm good.
Good?
You see mine?
Oh, there's yours. Yes, Nicholas. Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
I love cats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Buddha.
That's perfect. Buddha's here. What's your name? Cat's name, Nicholas?
I've got Violet, Kizzy, and Lucky. 3 cats.
3 cats.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Just getting ourselves started for the day. Just waking ourselves up. Just building ourselves up from the beginning. Starting at the beginning. Really just beginning at the foundation. This is how I like to start my day. Coming to the foundation of what creates joy, what creates happiness, what creates health, what creates wealth. Like coming to the foundation, to the roots of what makes me my very best. And I want to start off my day with the things that make me my very best. I say, if I begin my day in my very best, then I can kind of carry through my day with my very best. And this is what I want to do. If I can kind of take control of the morning, if I can win the morning, then you know it's going to be a great day. You just got to win the battle in the morning. It's to take control of the thoughts and the words and the actions right at the beginning of the day. This is where we got to conquer ourselves. We've got to conquer our own demon. Right? We've all got a demon. Right? We've all got this part of ourselves that wants to go forward, but we've got like this part of ourselves that's always pulled us back in the past. And we kind of start to believe like this backwards part is more powerful. And we think that we can't be that other person. We think, oh, we must be this guy. So we get stuck in this guy, the thoughts and words of this guy, the imposter.
Yep.
Now, we can be that person, but it doesn't happen overnight. And it takes like a reprogramming, because this person has been programmed by negative circumstances. That's why this person has been created, to protect me. And he's wonderful at protecting me, but she doesn't allow me to become all that I can.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Now, for me to become the other person, the all that I can be person, first I got to get that person in my mind. And that vision of that person needs to become my predominant thought in my mind. So I need to get really clear about who that person is. And I need to practice that each morning. So I get up in the morning and I come to the visions of the things, the sugar plums dancing in your head, the things that you want to create, right? Coming to the vision of the things that I want to intend to. Thinking about the things that I want to grow in my life. What do I love? What do I love most? What's most important to me? I need to come into this energy, right? The things that are most important to me. These are my intentions. I'm growing my intentions. I'm growing the things that are most important to me, right? I can think about them. I can speak about them. Intentions are just one part of me. It's my masculine self. Who I want to be. It's like where I want to go. It's what Dad said. You should do this. Right? And then there is the feminine, the creative part of ourself. This is the imagination. This is where we grow things. This is the creative part. So if I say I want to be this guy, this girl, this lady, it's in the imagination that I grow the vision of who that person is. So I got to intend, I want to get to my very best shape. I want to think that, I want to say that, I want to be my very best. That's an intention. And then my imagination is like, how would that be? How would that look? How would that feel? I got to grow that in my mind. That's my imagination. And then the third ball is the breath. The breath is between two. So you've got this intention in mind, and you've got this imagination in mind. But the breath kind of circulates between the two. It supports the left brain and the right brain. It supports mom and it supports dad. It doesn't say one's good and the other one's bad. It doesn't fight. The breath just allows. The breath is the neutral. The breath is the balance. It's to change our focus from being right, which is stuck in one temporal lobe, mom's right, dad's right, and then they mush together and fight. Or we be the breath, just neutral. You know, one says one thing, the other says another thing. It doesn't mean we have to be in agreement with each other. We just have to accept we both have an opportunity to share our opinions. Non-censorship. Being heard. We need to be heard. Every human needs to be heard. It's a part of the human experience. When I shine my full light, it ignites a spark in another. This is humanity. This is how we grow. By each one of us sharing with each other, that makes ourselves accountable. That's speaking it out into your life. If you're not participating actively with thought, word, and action, then you're not a part of it. You're just watching, like a TV viewer or a movie viewer that's watching a story. It's happening in front of them. It's like you're watching life. You're not participating in it. You've got to be an active participant in it in order to win. The breath is the beginning. The breath is where it begins. It begins with focus. It begins with attention. It needs to draw our focus and our attention to the breath. We need to get unstuck from the place we are. We need to get unstuck from the thoughts that we're thinking about. We need to come away from the thoughts that we're thinking. We need to let go of right and wrong. We need to let go of the good guy and the bad guy. We got to let go of our opinion and their opinion. We must take a neutral place, which is love. Love is between two. Love is both. Love is all. Love is allowing and accepting all. Love is not my way, it's the highway. Love is not a two-way street. Love is a two-way street. That's conditional love. That's what we were taught. Unconditional love is not a two-way street. Unconditional love is both. Is a unity consciousness. We've been told it's a two-way street. It's a three-way street. It's a triangle. It's the first shape. The breath makes it three balls. The breath is between the masculine and the feminine. The breath allows both. The breath allows all. We begin with the breath, just watching the in and the out breath. Each in and out breath creates a circle in my life. Every inhale, I draw the oxygen from my life. And every exhale, I allow my loving energy to engage with my life. Every inhale I take from life, and every exhale I give to life, so that I create a circle. It's a circuit. It's always a union of two. It's like I'm coming into the power of the universe. Well, it's me and the universe. It's us and the universe connecting through the breath. We're making a circle. We're making a union with that intention to connect to the power that is here. The power that all of us have access to. It's a circle with the breath, an inhale and an exhale. So we're watching that breath in and out. Just watching that breath in and out. Now, thoughts are going to come into the mind. Thoughts will be coming into the mind. Don't worry about the thoughts that come into the mind. Don't entertain the thoughts that come into your mind. As soon as you attach to a thought, you get into a right, wrong, I'm right, they're wrong, these people or those people are. Let go of that thoughts. Just stay the breath. Just stay the breath. In with the breath. Out with the breath. Making a circle with your world. Inhale. And exhale, making a circuit. Connecting your power with the power of our universe, with the power that's within us, with the creative force that is here, with the love that's behind all things. Just breathing and connecting with that energy. Intending it, speaking about it. With every inhale, I'm drawing that energy up. And with every exhale, I'm allowing that energy to move through me. Breathing in. Exhale. Just oxygenating the body. Just oxygenating the body with the in and out breath and not getting caught with any thoughts. Just observing the breathing. Oxygenating my body, changing my body's pH. It's my intention to draw up my energy every time I breathe in. It's my intention, it's my choice to intend to lift my energy with every inhale. It's my choice to allow my energy to move freely through my body with every exhale. This is my choice. I can choose this. Inhale. And allow my energy to move freely. Exhale. Inhale, breathing up my energy. Exhale, allowing my energy to move through. Right? Just changing my body's pH. Just changing my oxygen and carbon dioxide in my body. Just changing the things that I'm thinking and talking about. Just changing the things I'm intending. Just breathing and intending things into my life. Just speaking things over my life. Just shining my light, just expressing myself, that's all. Nothing special, nothing fancy, just watching the breath. We're oxygenating the body. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to engage with this for a while. Let's go for a minute of oxygenation, and then let's go for a breath hold. So we'll hold our breath as long as we can, because it's a series and a sequence of breathing and not breathing. So the breath hold has value as well too. We're going to oxygenate for a couple of minutes, just trying to stay conscious with the breath, full inhale, full exhale. And then we're going to try to hold our breath after we exhale. So we're going to breathe for a minute or two here. Then we're going to take our deepest breath in and make our full, complete breath out. And then try to hold our breath. And we'll just hold our breath as long as we can. It doesn't matter how long it is. But whenever you have to breathe in, we'll breathe in, recovery breath, and hold again with an in breath now. So let me go over those instructions again. We're going to hyperoxygenate our body for a couple of minutes. We're going to breathe together. We're going to make a circle with our life. We're going to connect with our group energy and with the universal loving energy that's available to all of us. We're going to connect for a couple of minutes, just breathing and oxygenating our body. Then we're going to take our deepest inhale and our most full, complete exhale. We're going to hold our breath in exhale. That is the discomfort spot. You're going to stay in that discomfort as long as you can. Then you'll take a recovery breath in and hold that recovery breath as long as you can. Then we'll finish. I'm going to turn on the clock. We're going to breathe for a couple of minutes here. Just breathing together. And if you like to move, I like to move with my breath. I like to move through an inhale and an exhale. Just pulling up my energy with my breath and my intention, exhale, allowing it to move through. At your own pace, whatever you feel. Just connecting with your own energy and your own breath. Let's practice that for 2 minutes. Everyone just breathing at their own pace. Fully inhale, fully exhale. We've got 1 more minute left to hyperoxygenate the body. Really try to emphasize that full inhale. Make it complete, fully in. Really try to overemphasize that release now. Really letting that air expire from your lungs. Full inhale, full exhale. Last 40 seconds. Then we're going to exhale and hold. Last inhale and exhale, hold. Do your best. Whenever you have to, take your deepest inhale and hold again as best you can. So that alone right there, you may feel a little bit of dizziness. You may feel a little bit of energy exchange. You may feel a little bit of movement of emotion. You may feel a temperature change.
Bit lightheaded.
You felt that, Nicholas?
Yeah, I felt a bit lightheaded.
Lightheaded, yes.
But
So
it's quite nice though. It's quite a nice feeling though.
oh, good, yes, good. It's a nice freeing feeling, yes.
Mm.
It's a freeing feeling. But it can be scary because it's unusual, something we don't know sometimes, but that's okay. That's just energy coming up through the body. That's allowed and that's good. And so the next one that I want to do is I want to now just kind of work on a balancing breath. So we're going to try to make the inhales and the exhales equal in length. So I'm going to turn on a metronome here just so we're going to keep track of time a little bit more closely. And I'm going to get a timer going, and let's just see if we can keep track of our breath in time, in sync, in unison together. So notice the timer there. Just become aware of that sound for a second. Becoming aware. So just becoming aware of that sound. If you can hear that it's actually got 8 counts, it's got 4 counts, 4 ticks and then a talk, or 4 talks and then a tick. And then again, 4 talks and then a tick. So what we want to try to do is create a balancing breath. We're going to try and see if we can have an equal inhale and exhale. We're going to try to breathe in for 8 beats and breathe out for 8 beats. Let's just see if we can practice that for a minute. Breathing in for 8 beats and breathing out for 8 beats. Let's go 1 minute. That's 30 seconds. Let's go 30 seconds more. Just working on that balancing breath. 8 beats in and 8 beats out. Just watching your breath there. Good job. So that's just a minute, just working with the balancing breath. Now, the next one I want to do is I want to create a box breath where we're going to breathe in for 8 and then hold for 8 and then breathe out for 8 and then pause for 8. I'd like to practice this for a couple of minutes. Okay, this in for 8, hold for 8, out for 8, and pause for 8. Just practicing this for the next couple of minutes, and then we will add some suggestions, some affirmations to it. Just practicing the box breath first. 8 beats in. 8 beats hold. 8 beats out. 8 beats pause. One more minute of practice, just working on that box breath. Just in and hold and release and pause. So we're connecting with the energy that's around us with our breath. We're drawing that energy into our body. We're holding that energy inside of our body. We're incubating that energy within our body. We're putting our intentions upon it. And as we breathe out, we put out our energy and our intention out into our world. And by changing the things we think and say while we breathe, we can change the energy that we're engaging with our world. So we can will a new intention into our world by holding the right affirmations in mind while we breathe. So now we're going to just do that box breath again. But I'd like to add some positive affirmations. I'd like to affirm that I am the power of my life. I am the creator of my life. I am enough in my life. I want to speak that over myself. I want to think that and say that to myself. I want to hear myself say that. I want my cells of my body to hear my mind think it and my mouth say it. And that's me being accountable to you. And as you think it and say it to me, you're being accountable to me. So your thoughts and your words and your actions bind you to success if you think it and speak it out into your reality. If you take charge of your day and begin it in the very best way. So let's now add that affirmation to the box breath and add a little bit of movement as well too. So let's see if we can start off with just a forward fold. I'm going to be bending over. I'm folding myself over at the waist. So I'm going to be working on my flexibility, my hamstrings. I'm going to be working on my neck and my back. I'm going to be working on my box breath. I'm going to breathe in for 8. I'm going to hold it inside for 8. And then I'm going to breathe out for 8. Then I'm going to pause there for 8. So I'm working on my box breath while I'm down in my hamstring stretch. And then I'm going to add some affirmations to that. So we're down in our forward fold. We're bent over. And we're just going to work on our breath there. Breathe in. And hold that inside. And breathe out. And pause. Just affirming that I am the creator of my life. I am the power in my life. I am in charge of my life. I am in control of my life. So just being in a position, breathing, and instead of thinking about the problem that's going on or that's around me, I always have a choice to change my focus to be thinking about the solution or where I'm going. So here I am in a position, I'm working on some flexibility here. I'm working on my hamstring stretch. Now I could get into the position and I could feel like, oh my gosh, it's so tight in my hamstring. Or I can get into the position and I can think, let me go, let me go, let me go, hamstrings. So, you know, it changes your perspective, changes the result you're going to get. If you get into a position and you're afraid of the position and you're pulling yourself back from the position and complaining about the position, this is not going to win. I have to change my perspective, the way that I think about the position. I have to will into the position what I want. I have to intend to take on more space. Good morning, Amy. Great to see you.
Morning, sorry I'm late.
No trouble at all. You can join in and leave anytime. I'm just working on my forward fold. I'm just working on my flexion. And I'm working on the length of my hamstrings. And I'm thinking about creating more space in my hamstrings. So I want to will more length into my hamstrings. So I get over there into my position and I think about it while I'm breathing. I'm thinking about lengthening out my body. So holding that intention in mind while you're breathing. Give me space. Give me length. Lengthen me. Let me go. It's like you're speaking kindly to yourself rather than, this hurts. You don't want to be in that space. That's a mental space we want to get out of and get into a space of like, no, I'm in harmony with this. Like, I'm okay with this. Like, I love this. Like, movement is a part of life. And I want to be mobile. So I don't want to fight the mobility. I want to find peace and joy and harmony within the mobility, the position, the circumstance, the situation, all parts of my life. This is practicing for all parts of my life. The next one, we did our flexion forward fold. Let's come up into an extension. So I'm reaching up as high as I can. This is my full extension. Right, I'm lifting out through my arms. I want my spine to be able to fully extend. That's a part of a healthy mobility. I want to practice that every day. If I don't practice spinal extension, I'll lose the ability to do it. What you don't use, you will lose. If you do not practice it, you will lose your ability to do it. Do you want to lose your ability to extend yourself? Then just don't extend yourself. You'll lose the capacity to do it. Open yourself up. Like, you want to make yourself as big as you can, as wide as you can, as open as you can. And you want to breathe fully in that position, intending your maximum, your very best. Like, you've got to want your very most extension. Like, I want the most out of me. You've got to think about it and speak about it. It doesn't happen by accident. Good job. So you may notice when you take a nice big inhale and a nice complete exhale in any position, that your body will take on more space. You'll feel your body open and loosen up. The breath and the movement are united. It's very important to take care in the morning to move and breathe and intend and imagine the most appropriate things for your day. The next one is a balance. Balance is very important too. We have to learn how to find our balance. We have to learn how to maintain our center. You want to try to get a full inhale and a full exhale in any position. 1 to 3 breaths. There's no magic. It's just whatever you like. I like to do 1 to 3 breaths in any position. We are oxygen requiring beings. So we should be able to breathe oxygen in any position we ever get ourselves into. We should be able to breathe all the time. And this is what we happen. We get into a fearful situation and we get a shortness of breath and we learn to breathe incorrectly. And this incorrect breath creates a multitude of problems in our lives. The breath needs to be repaired. We need to repair this. Our next one is going to be an extension. It's a one-legged balance. Now, if you want to grab onto the wall or the couch, no problem. If you want to work on the balance, awesome, right? However you want to do it. We're extending, we're kicking through that back leg, creating a spinal extension, a balance, and a breath. Stay with your breath. So 1 to 3 breaths in any position, and then I'm off to the next position, balancing on the other side, working on my breath. Opening up my body, physically, mentally, emotionally, taking charge of my energy to begin my day. All right, next one I want to work on my crouch. I'm just going to get down into a squat as best I can here. If you can, I got my feet flat on the floor. If you can't put your feet flat on the floor, you're up on your toes. Do what you can here. If you can't get down there, then you're just working on this one. If you can, I'm working on my inner thighs. I'm working on my groin. I'm working on my hips. I'm trying to open my knees. And here I'm breathing. I'm connecting to my lower chakra. This is the energy center. This is the root energy right here. You're breathing here, breathing deeply. You're drawing up your energy with each inhale. With each exhale, you're allowing your energy to radiate from you. Good. Coming up from there. It's a big hip opener, lower back. This next one, I got 1 foot forward, 1 foot back on the toe. So I got a little bit of balance going on. I got my hands beside my front foot. I'm forward lunging. And I'm breathing there. Working through a nice full inhale and exhale. And switching. Front foot to the back, back foot to the front, both hands to the inside of the front foot, back knee off the ground, forward lunging, working on your breath. Nice full inhale. Nice complete exhale. Connecting to your own energy, drawing up your energy with your breath. With each inhale, you rise your energy. With each exhale, you allow your energy to move through your body and your life. It's just an intentional practice. It's just a focused practice. It's just an imagination. It's just a choice. It's just a decision to get up and practice things that make you feel better. It's just a decision to get up and start breathing, moving and breathing. That's what we've done today. No rocket science. Movement, breath, intention. Just speaking about it. Just talking about it. Our next one, I'm going back into my forward lunge. And this time I'm going to add a spinal extension. So I'm opening myself up there. Good. Other leg forward and your own 3 to 5 breaths there. Stretching out through my inner thighs, my hamstrings, and extending through my spine. Healthy spinal movement and freedom will change your life, will eliminate pain in your back, open up your body, free your body. Intend it out of your body, speak it out of your body, release it from your body, talking about it, imagining it, breathing it, imagining it, talking about it, hearing it, saying it. This is how it happens. Our next one, I'm going to go wide and I'm going to come over and I'm going to reach my hands up over my head as high as I can over my head. Breathing into the back of my shoulders there. Bringing my hands down to the floor, I'm going to open up my chest and shoulders with some rotation. Good job. Now I'm just going to fold over to one side, grab my ankle, and pull my head down. Try to take your best inhale and your best exhale. 3 to 5 of your best breaths in any position. You should be able to take a full breath in each position. Excellent. Bringing myself down to the mat, I'm going to be on my hands and knees here, and I'm going to work on my opposite arm and leg release. Opposite arm and leg. So it's not the same side arm and leg. Make sure it's your right hand and your left leg, your left hand and your right leg. As you extend out your body, try to inhale. As you narrow your body, as you return your hand and your knee to the floor, exhale. Quick inhale, quick exhale. Those fast, ferocious breaths fire up your body, bring a lot of energy into and through your body. That's a fire breath. Next one, I'm dropping down into a plank position on my forearms, holding my plank, breathing there. Try to take full inhales and full exhales. Do your best. And then from there, I'm just dropping down, letting my hips touch the mat, got my toes on top, and I'm lifting up through the back of my head, extending through my spine, lifting up through the back of my neck. So it's a baby cobra. I'm creating some spinal extension here, and I'm breathing here, nice and deep with the breaths. Nice complete inhale, nice complete exhale. And coming down from there, relaxing. Just letting those shoulders relax and back relax for a second. We're going to go a little deeper into that extension. I got my hands underneath my shoulders now. I'm going to straighten out my arms, looking upwards. Breathing there. Just working into that spinal extension there. That's a deep extension. After extending our body so deeply, we want to flex over the other way. So I'll sit down on my knees and allow my spine to flex over the other way and relax into the lower back and the hips there. Letting the head and neck come to the mat, just breathing deeply there. Good job. Coming up from there, I'm going to come up tall on my knees here. I'm just going to reach back. One hand grabs my ankle, my heel. I'm just going to reach back as far as I can, right up over my head. Same thing on the other side. Nice big inhale and exhale. Now, if you can put both your hands back for a couple of breaths, awesome. If you can't, then just go again. One hand back and the other hand back. A second cut time for a couple of breaths. Good job. Next one, we'll get ourselves into a plank position. I'm just carrying my body weight there, just breathing there. If you can, try to step your foot up as close as you can to your hands. And the other foot steps up as close as you can to your hands. Inhale and exhale and switch. Other foot comes up. Inhale and exhale and switch. Stretch it out. Good job. Allowing the knees to come down for a second there. Flipping over onto my butt. Reaching out for my toes. Folding over that way. Then I'm bringing the soles of my feet together. I'm opening up my knees, working into my inner thighs there. Nice big inhales, full exhales. Every inhale takes up my energy. Every exhale allows my energy to move freely through me, out into my reality, bringing my love out into my world. Getting my legs out in front of me there, lying on my back. See if I can get my feet a couple inches off the ground, if I can hold them there, if I can hold my arms outstretched over my head, an inch or two from the ground, if I can extend myself fully and breathe fully there. As you require to put your feet down and your hands down at any point, no trouble, just full breaths, just full breaths. You can lay on your back, you can put your hands on your belly, you can put your hands on your hips, you can turn your hands up and open them. You want to lift your chest, pull your shoulders down your back. And breathe, inhale fully and exhale fully there. Just staying with your breath, just watching your breath there. So we've just been practicing for a while. If you can stay relaxed in your Shavasana, I'm going to work into guided meditation now. We can do that laying on our backs. We can do that sitting up, whichever way you prefer to stay, it doesn't matter. We've just spent some time physically opening up our bodies. We've just gone through some mental practice. We've done some thoughts, some words, some intentions. We've worked into some ideas, some images in our mind. I've spoken some things over us. I'm going to try now to talk a little bit more about the mindset and getting ourselves into the right mindset and finding a little bit of peace in our mindset, especially right now. It's important. It's very important right now that people start to try to find some ease amongst all the disease around us. Just breathing fully and deeply. The human is a little bit different than all of the other animals. The human has choice. A choice to focus upon the higher self or to focus upon the lower physical, animalistic part of the self. The human is different than the animals in that the human has choice, free will. Always two ways for the human to go. The human always has choice. The human always has power to change their perspective, to change their focus, to change their attention. They can put their focus and attention upon the things around them, or they can change their focus and attention to the things within them. This is human power. This is choice. Each human can always choose whether they wish to stay in the frame of mind that they are or discover the alternative frame of mind for themselves. This liberation from the ego is possible for all of us to do. But it takes a little bit of thought process. It takes a little bit of logic. It takes a little bit of practice. It takes a little bit of daily rehearsal of the things that are most important to us. It's about connecting to our own loving energy. It's about feeling the more subtle energies that are within our bodies. It's about connecting to that lighter energy. We've just worked on the physical energy. Now we're trying to connect to the more subtle energies within us. These energies are directed by where we put our thoughts, where we put our attention in our mind. We can all learn how to maneuver within ourselves and grow within ourselves with practice. It's breath and it's observance of the thoughts. Being the breath is being the observer between the two, between the fear and the potential. We always have the choice to be caught up in the fear that's around us, in the problem that is in front of us, or we can be focused on the love that is within us. If we can strike the love up within us, we can take ourselves up above the problem. And we can navigate above the problem. This is possible. It's a change of perspective. It's always a change of mind that's required in order for the human to move forward. This is a physical reality that is manipulated and created by the mind. Learn to manage the mind. Learn to manage the reality. It's your own mind that requires management. We can learn how to manage our own minds. It's just a practice. It just takes a little bit of time every single day. We have to practice it every single day. Coming to the consciousness of the breath, and then intending some thoughts and words over ourselves, speaking power into our life. Just taking a moment now to affirm for myself to myself, I am the power in my life. Taking a full inhale and exhale while I work with that affirmation in my mind. You may feel resistant to the idea that, oh, that's not true. Oh, that doesn't work, or that never worked before. Your body will do these sort of things. But you want to repeat the affirmation to yourself in mind and sit with that dichotomy, that separation within yourself, and try to make some peace in your mind with that affirmation. I am the power in my life. Can you feel where in your body perhaps you may feel a physical resistance to the affirmation? If I say, I am the power in my life, where do I feel blockage? Where do I feel resistance with that? Is it a memory? Is it an emotion? Is it a feeling inside of my body? Is it the way that I sit or stand? Does it affect me, this affirmation? Am I at peace with this affirmation? I am the creator of my life. Try to take a nice inhale and exhale and sit with that affirmation. I am the creator of my life. I am responsible for what I am creating. I am enough for my life. I have everything I need in my life. I am safe. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am safe. I am healthy. I am wealthy. Just sitting with those intentions, affirmations, while you breathe. I am enough. I am worthy. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am abundant. I am rich. Affirming positively over myself and watching my breath. I am abundant. I am enough. I am worthy. I am loving. I love myself. I love me. I love you. 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 These are just affirmations, things that I can say to myself. These are just being kind to myself, being my own best friend. Just developing a relationship with myself, speaking nicely to myself. This is how I lift up my energy. This is how I encourage the energy that's hidden to come back and join the party. I've got to speak to it. I've got to invite it to come back into my life. I've got to ask all of the blocked energy, all of the trapped energy and emotions, all of the limited beliefs, all of the shadow, the fear, the worry, the jealousy, the control, the comparison, the judgment, inviting it all up to come back into my life and lift it up with love. With my own love, I can transmute my lower frequency energy. I can invite my lowest frequency energy up into my heart. And with my own love, I can give love to it. I can accept the darkness within me and then set it free that way. As you give love to the darkness, you bring your light to your darkness. You set it free. You've got to speak to it. You've got to invite it to come back and join the party. You've got to ask for all of me to come back into my life. I've got to intend it. I had to intend my very best to come up, all of me to come up and be risen by my own love. I had to intend it. I had to imagine it. I had to call it up. With each inhale, I draw up my energy. With each exhale, I allow my energy to move through me. With each inhale, I draw up my energy. With each exhale, I allow all of my energy to come and move through me. As you invite your energy up, as you intend your energy up, as you breathe your energy up, notice how the breath invigorates and draws it all. to life. Allowing it all to come back up and move through you. Cleansing yourself with your intentions, with your thoughts, with your words, with your breath, with our movements. And going further from there, I like to talk to people about their nutrition as well too. I tell people to try to stay empty as long as they can. I tell people to work on fasting. Fasting is a wonderful way to practice taking something away from our life. It could be food, it could be coffee or alcohol, it could be substance. It could be taking a break from shopping or taking a break from certain people or certain habits or behaviors. It could be foods. It could be taking a fast from technology. It's just taking a break from engaging with one thing or something in our life. Just bringing it back into control and balance. Taking a fast from food or from a certain type of food, like reducing my meats, or not eliminating them, but say reducing them most of the time. Maybe Monday to Thursday, I try to keep my meats down or away. And then I allow my meats on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Can you reduce your meats that way? Could you reduce your coffee to the weekend? Could you reduce your alcohol to the weekend? Could you reduce your smoking in that way? Could you reduce your engagement with certain people in that way, or with technology in that way? Fasting. Taking a break from something, because usually we use the food or the substance or the person or the thing to kind of pacify ourselves, to keep us active or occupied, rather than just keeping ourselves active or occupied by a television show or watching someone or watching something, just watching. Better to actually engage with life rather than watching life go by. Like, take a break from the coffee and deal with the emotional stuff that comes up. You have the anger, the frustration, the fatigue, the sorrow, whatever's buried there, we have to deal with it. If we don't deal with it, it never goes away. Sometimes we need to take a little fast and push into the discomfort a little bit, and then take a break, rest, and then take another fast, take a break from it for a moment, put it away, and then deal with the emotional stuff that comes up, and then back and relax again. It's a little bit of an in and out. It's like a gas and brake with your life, because you can't go completely no food. Believe me, I tried. You can't do it that way. Like, you need to create something that's a little bit of both, and that allows you to be physical and to work on your higher goals and your higher aspirations too. You've got to acknowledge both aspects of yourself. If you don't, then you're allowing one part of yourself to kind of dwindle away and never be resuscitated again. Once it's lost, you can never get that back again. You can always get it back again, but it becomes harder and harder and harder to get it back the more we dwindle it. But we have to really kind of send our psychology over, our mindset over to another thing. It's like we're thinking about something else other than what we've got. It's like, this is what's in front of me. This is how I'm feeling. But it's to try to find some sort of peace in there. How to find peace when I'm in some discomfort. I'm not eating, or I'm not having my coffee, or I'm not having my alcohol, or I'm not engaging with this person, or I'm not using my cell phone. So then now the real feelings come up and they don't feel so good. Sometimes we're not going to feel good as we move toward our best. This is the way it goes. As we move toward our best, sometimes we aren't going to feel good. That's the unfortunate truth. Some parts aren't always going to be nice, but some parts aren't nice about things right now. Change happens when we recognize that the discomfort of moving is better than the discomfort of staying the same. That I decide that it's better for me to make a move and change things than to stay the same. It's to take some action. It doesn't mean it has to be permanent action. It's just action most of the time. I just need to start moving a little more, breathing a little bit more, getting a little bit more aware of what I'm thinking, what I'm eating, what I'm saying. These are my actions. If I change my actions, I get a different result. It's a cause and effect universe. Every effect has a cause. If I want to get a different effect, I need to create it with a new cause. I need to do something different, something new. I need to get moving. I need to get adding something different. Get out, look at the sun. Look into the light of the sun. Put your feet on the ground. Put your bare feet on the ground. Sing, dance, play some music, read a book. Do something that makes your heart sing. Do something that you love. Take a cold shower. Get out in the cold, fresh air. Look at the sun. Touch the ground. Move your body. Breathe. Breathe. These are the things that restore health, and raw foods restore health. They're the first foods. They're important. We're supposed to eat the first foods. They're the foods of the sun. They capture the photons, the light of the sun, in fruits and vegetables. Eat fruits and vegetables. Practice emptiness. Drink neutral water, distilled water. It's the water that's in the fruits. It's the water that's in the vegetables. It's the water that's in the lakes. It's the water of rain. It's the natural water. Distilled water. Drink distilled water. Eat distilled water. Eat fruits and vegetables. Most of the time, not all of the time. Nobody needs to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. We just need to be doing the right things most of the time. It's just to hear the message. It's the same message I say all of the time. It's always my same old thing. Eating healthy foods, thinking healthy thoughts, speaking healthy words, getting out into nature, doing natural things, restoring natural balance between the two ends of the self, the two aspects of me. My choice to generate my power within me, to focus on the power within me, or to focus on the power around me. My choice to come into the power inside, or to be managed by the power outside. Everyone has this choice. Everyone needs to learn Everyone that chooses to change their life needs to learn how to operate from the other pole, the other side of myself. That I can live from the outside or the inside, that I have that choice. That I can learn the other, the more one that I'm not used to, masculine or feminine. I can learn the other. The masculine self, the masculine mind, is the mind that creates change in our life. It's the disciplinarian. We have to magnify this part of ourself. We need to strengthen this part of ourself, our self-discipline. We also need to strengthen our imagination, our feminine part of ourself, our creative self. But that part of ourself, the feminine creative part of ourself, needs the masculine. They need each other. We need both. We need two. If the feminine just makes a flower everywhere, all over the place, well, then there'll be flowers all over and we won't be able to walk. It's a lovely, lovely thing, the flower. But it has to make the flowers in a straight line to get somewhere. If we want to go somewhere, we have to make the flowers in specific places. This is what the authoritarian masculine energy does for ourselves. We decide where we want to make the flowers. We need both, masculine and feminine. We need to sharpen the other saw in our lives. Every single one of us has a weak side, a dark spot. We got to press into the darkness. We got to press into the discomfort, the part that we don't like. We got to go in there a little bit. Got to go to the other side where we don't want to go, where we get the ugly feeling. That's where we need to go. We need to sit there. We need to talk to that energy. We need to speak to it, make friends with it, make a relationship with it. Hey, what do you need me to learn? What do you need me to know? What do you need to tell me? What are you trying to say? What's your message? You got to speak to that part of yourself. You got to invite it back into the party. You got to say, hey, I want all of me back. I want to make myself whole, healthy, happy, and well. I want to be my very best. I got to think about it. I got to speak about it. I got to imagine it in my mind. I got to decide I want to go there in the masculine mind. And then I got to imagine what that would be like in my feminine mind. I need both. And the breath, well, the breath is the balancer. It allows both to be. Right? So we breathe. Does anyone have any questions or anything that they want to ask about nutrition or about exercise or about mindset or about their personal circumstance or situation, something that's going on?
John, last Monday I did my first no food Monday. I did all juicing and smoothies, and that went really well.
Ooh, that's exciting.
That was very exciting for me.
And it felt good?
It felt amazing. It's crazy how you think you have to have food or chew food.
It's a program.
It is.
And when you challenge it, you realize it's false.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean the program's broken yet.
No. Yeah.
But we see the light, and that's the point.
Yeah.
As long as we see the light, that's how it starts. It always starts with just a little spark, like, when you fall in love
Yep.
and you think that this is the solution. But there's going to be a little bumps and bruises along the way, right? Because the love is.
Oh, weekends are hard. I don't like weekends.
But that's it. We have to learn how to be comfortable with the hard weekends.
Yes.
We got to learn how to find peace in the hard weekend.
Yep.
When we come to peace in the hard weekend, when everyone's eating pizza, or I'm eating pizza too. And it's okay. I eat the pizza and then I dust myself off. And the next day, hey, I ate pizza last night. And here I am on Sunday and I'm still okay.
Yeah.
Now, I don't eat pizza all the time. But it doesn't mean I can't eat pizza. Right? It doesn't mean I have to eliminate things from my life. It just means I can't do them most of the time.
Yeah. That's the key right there.
Yes. And I have to find some sort of peace there with, sometimes on Monday, someone in my house might be eating something and I don't want to be engaging in that on that day. No, that's a harder day. That's harder, right? It's Monday and someone else might be eating or opening a bag of chips beside you or doing something beside you. But it's to sit in that discomfort and say, you know what? I've made a willpower decision. That's my masculine mind. I've decided I want to be healthy and well. So even though that person's choosing to engage in that, I'm choosing to engage in this because it's my decision.
Yep.
The choice that I've made. And then sometimes we can feel like a victim when we make that choice. And if we're in a victim mentality, then, oh, I hate the weekend, or I hate it when my wife opens chips. And then I hate my wife for opening chips. And you got to go through that first where you want to get away from it, escape it. Like, I just want to get away from alcohol, or I want to get away from smoke, or I just want to get away from food. And we do this. It's at the beginning. But ultimately, what we need is to find an integration where there's a peace and harmony, where it's okay. You can eat it and it's not the end of the world. Or you can drink it and you're not going to go on a bender after.
Yeah.
No longer has control over you anymore, but that comes from a practice. And it starts with No Food Monday, where we push it away and we say, no, I'm not going to eat today. It's me taking back control. And then I go, oh, wait a second. When I took back control, I felt better. Oh. I thought I couldn't do it, so I didn't do it for a long time. Then when I actually did it, I found out that there was an illusion of something blocking me. And it wasn't true at all. And this is what limited beliefs are. An illusion of something blocking you, but you can't see your way around it while you're engaging in it. When we take a fast, we learn. It's in the fast that we learn these things. But you have to practice going into the discomforting place and then coming out of it. So this is when we fast and then we take a break. And then we fast and then we take a break. It may feel uncomfortable, different parts along the way, but it's how to find, okay, now I'm going to have to find comfort in this. Oh, now I'm going to have to find comfort in this. And each time we can find comfort in this uncomfortableness. Well, now that food doesn't have to comfort me any longer, or that coffee doesn't need to comfort me anymore, because I've found comfort in the space behind coffee or alcohol or drugs or sex or food. It's to find the comfort in the discomfort. This is the peace. That's what fasting does for us. Yes, it helps our body to detoxify, but it also helps our mind because it all begins in the mind. It all comes from the mind. And as we begin to practice the mind, we will get better and better and better at it. But we have to stop.
That's the part that's struggling with me the most is the mind. Like just doing that yoga, like it felt good, but I felt very frustrated too because I felt like I felt like so inadequate that I couldn't do the things or I couldn't get in certain positions.
So if I've got this inadequate voice inside of my head talking to me, how inspiring is that inadequate voice? That inadequate voice will destroy me all of the time.
How do you beat that sucker up?
Good question. How to like the discomfort, right? So when we start to create change, we always have to go into this discomfort. And it's to be in the discomfort and to say how to love you. How to love this. I am love. I love you. I love you, discomfort. You're my greatest teacher. Thank you for giving me the perfect thing that I needed to conquer to change my life. My success is on the other side of you. Thank you for giving me this. I'm going to learn how to love you. Can you show me how to love you? Can you teach me how to love you? Can you teach me what I need to learn? You can call out to the discomfort. You can call out to the heavens. You can call into yourself. You can call out from around you. You can call in from within you. You can call out to the discomfort. It is you. You can speak to it. You can tell it you love it and you want to learn how to love it more and better. And then look for ways of how you can love it inside of yourself. How can I find some peace here? How can I change the way I think or maneuver inside in a different way than I have before? How can I navigate within myself in a different way than I have before?
Yeah, that's the part I need to work through because I feel like I've told myself that many times before, but then I end up in the same place as again. So like it's
right. So it's that I have to go somewhere different this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like I'm committed. I'm going to go somewhere different this time. I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going somewhere different this time, boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it, I'm saying it, I'm speaking it out. I'm talking to more people about it. I'm making myself accountable. Look, I'm ready to go to the next level. I want to change my life.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
I got to think it and say it. I got to affirm it. I got to put it out there, Nicholas.
Yeah.
Make myself vulnerable. I got to put myself on the line. I got to take a risk. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That's how it happens, by putting ourselves out there. That way someone could walk on us. That's right. That's what love's all about. You got to put yourself out there willing to love, and someone could hurt you. That's what love's all about. Yes, you could get hurt. Yes, you will get hurt. It's a part of the game. But as you get hurt, you'll learn how to be stronger.
Exactly.
So it's okay, I'm going to be hurt. I accept there's going to be some bumps and bruises along the way. But this time I'm going to come out on the other side because I believe there is another side. And I'm not coming out until I get there. You know, it's like burn the boats. I'm not going back until I find the back door, the other way out of here.
Mhm.
Any more questions or comments?
I don't think so. I've learned a lot today.
You did?
Me
It's a
too.
good way to spend your Sunday.
Awesome. That's so nice. That's so nice because it's good for me to spend my Sunday this way too, affirming these things in my life. It's wonderful to hear other people share.
It was good to feel more able to do it this week than I was last week, to be honest. The actual exercises, I mean, and the breathing.
You were able to do more?
Yeah, I felt it very much more, yeah. I could do it a lot easier. I've just got a little bit of with the balance, you know, but holding onto the wall, I could do it quite easy.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So you could feel the difference already, Nicholas.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And now after today, I reckon I think I could do it every day, you know, for myself, because it's not that much really, is it? To do, or even if you did a smaller amount, just if I was to do it every day, it would still be of benefit to me.
Yes, we want to get a practice. A practice is something we do every day. And it can be a small one, but it's just the point that we do it again and again and again and again. That's a practice.
Yeah, that
We're
repetition.
rehearsing. Yes.
Because that is something that I found difficult before, you know, the getting myself. I used to do it when I was younger. I used to do training all the time, but then I got away from training. But this I feel is more sort of like it's quite relaxing, and it also enables you to get used to your breathing, which is really good. Because where I've been a smoker, breathing can still be quite. Sometimes I forget to breathe properly. So if I was to train myself to breathe properly still.
Yes, it's about learning how to breathe properly. This is it. I had to relearn how to breathe. We have to practice it. We have to learn how to breathe properly again. It takes a while.
That is true because I quit a long, long time ago, years ago, and I still feel I have a hard time with it too. Like I think I quit over 18, 19 years ago and I still have issues.
Really?
Yeah.
Because there's emotional stuff there too.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Once we get a pain or an injury or an addiction or something like this, once we have a low frequency thing in our life, then emotions get attached to the weak spot. So we get into a habit or a behavior or a food that we eat, and then the emotional stuff attaches to that organ or whatever that's connected. If you get into a car accident and you hurt your back, emotional things will attach to the back. So you think it's a car accident that created the back, but you've got a lot of emotional stuff attached. Your smoking can be in your lungs and create damage in your lungs. And then when you have a damage in your lungs, emotional stuff can go into the damage.
Yeah.
So whatever habit or behavior or whatever we do to cope with our emotion, the emotion gets caught into that organ or whatever part of the body that physically, and there's an emotional attachment there. So even if we stop the habit or the behavior or the food or something, sometimes the emotion is still there. Or sometimes the emotion is what's holding us in a habit that we can't break. But all of it comes up as we fast and move and breathe and move to higher frequency foods. As we move further and further and deeper in this natural direction, it all comes up bit by bit. If we want it to, if we keep asking for it, if we keep demanding it, if we keep committing to the practice of thought, word, intention, imagination, breath, water, food, if we rehearse a new thing, we can repetitively create a new habit within ourselves that we start to act and behave in a certain way. Then once we do it a certain way, then we can evaluate it and tweak it and make it better, and evaluate it and tweak it and make it better, and speak about it and tweak it and share it and make it better. And this is how it gets better and better and better and better. And we always just keep on rising and rising and rising as we all come together in unison to one collective energy, the highest frequency of all, pure love. We're all coming back to the same place. These are the preparations, the physical preparations, detoxification, fasting, raw foods, distilled waters, sunlight, grounding, movement, breath, cold therapy, warm therapy, hot and cold, balance, harmony, love. It's a unity consciousness. This is a singularity that's coming across the world, it's everywhere. It's coming from everywhere. There's change going on, brothers and sisters. See the change. Lovelies, see the change that's happening on our planet. We're rising from darkness to light. We're coming up in frequency. We're rising in vibration. For those that choose to. For some, they're choosing to stay dark in the darkness. Stay in the fear. And they will choose to live there, and that's their choice. But everyone has the choice. Everyone can free themselves or be stuck in the bondage. Heaven or hell is your choice, is your practice, is your behavior. Does anybody else have anything they want to think or say into our circle?
I don't think so. I think giving me a lot to take in today.
I've quit drinking and smoking, my husband.
You'd like to stop drinking and smoking?
No, he quit.
Oh,
He was in the hospital and he died twice, like in the last August, and then they brought him back to life.
oh my. Wow. So you guys are trying to quit drinking and smoking. You're trying to, well, it's happened, and now you're trying to, like, obviously.
No, he was drinking and smoking before he went in, and now he quit. I don't drink and smoke, but I mean, he did before he went in, and now he's done now.
Right. Awesome. Wonderful. And this is the thing, when we get caught, like, I mean, I have had addictions. I've been addicted to substances. I've had addictive thoughts and anabolic drugs. I was an international level bodybuilder. So I was addicted to stimulants and anabolics. So I understand addiction, and I understand the overwhelming power of coffee and alcohol and sex and rock and roll. So I mean, I know all of this, and when we get used to living in a certain way, and we're getting our joy and happiness from a physical thing, or from a habit or behavior, or from an engagement with a certain crowd or people or food or something. It's an addiction. It's an attachment to something else that I need to be happy. It's me giving my power away to this thing. Like, I can't be happy unless I have this thing. Now, once I've done that for years, I've created a habit of behavior there. There's actual like nervous system connections. Neurons in the brain are fired and wired together. Like, neurologically, there's pathways that want me to do that. Like, my hormones are all out of whack and thinking that way. Like, everything I think, say, and do drives me towards that thing to find my joy and happiness, because I've labeled that thing my joy and happiness. And if I do that for an extended period of time, for years, there's an association there that's very powerful, but it can be broken. But it has to be broken in the same way that it was created. Like, it was created by an emotional response. Like, I'm going to be happy as soon as I get that booze, and I do that to myself for 7 or 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 years. I keep thinking that thought and doing that behavior, and thinking that thought and doing that behavior. And that's how I fired and wired those things into my mind. Now, to get those things out of my mind, it's the same thing, only with positive things. Like, I gotta move, I gotta breathe, and I gotta say the right thing. I gotta move, I gotta breathe, I gotta say the right thing. I gotta move, I gotta breathe, I gotta say the right thing. I gotta rehearse myself back to right. Does it make sense?
Yes.
That's why it's difficult. Do you understand? But that is the way to reproduce yourself. It's like, by habit and behavior, with mindset, with thought and word, I recreate myself, my health, my wealth, my joy. By thinking about it in my mind and getting clear about who that person is and who I want that person to be, practicing it daily, it comes into clarity who I want to be and what the action steps I need to take in order for me to get there. It becomes my predominant thought. I practice it into my reality. Has everyone received the message they need to today?
Yes, thanks.
I have, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Then I am very pleased with our second meeting. I'll be doing this again next Sunday. People are all welcome to join in. Tell your friends, share with your friends, please. It's a free coaching opportunity. It's a free opportunity for me to do and be who I am.
Thank you for sharing.
Just being me. Thank you, brother. Thank you
you.
so much for lighting my fire this week, brother.
Thank you.
For giving me reason. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
It's appreciated what you're doing as well.
Are we ready then, guys, to say goodbye?
Thank you,
Sunday.
John.
Thanks,
Bye,
John.
Thank you.
We'll see
Bye,
you next
everyone.
week.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you next week.
Sounds good. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Welcome.